Well, hi guys. We are outside today because it feels like a heat wave, Reg. We have had single digits, definitely at night, single digits till at least 2 in the afternoon, and then it might get to 20. But today, when I'm looking, I think it's saying that's 30 some degrees over there. So I thought, let's come outside because we're winter sowing today. We're winter sowing in jugs. If you've never tried it, it is a one and done step. That's what I like about it. And it's great for your hardy annuals, which today I'm planting the Larkspur, uh, rocket Larkspur, multicolored. It's good for like your perennials, like your Liatris, Morning Star. I have those seeds, and then I've already done Ruffled Columbine in trays downstairs on the heat mats, and they germinate between 20 and 90 days. And I'm going to start some in my jug because I've never done that before. I'm hoping to have both germinations because in the spring and in late April, I have some gardening friends coming over. It'd be nice to give them a little pot of these ruffled columbine that were given to me from Crane Gardens. And if you've not watched Cranery Gardens, check him out. So let's get started. It's so easy. I use, and they recommend that you use a regular potting mix for your winter sown jugs or winter sown containers. This is just from a restaurant. You can use this type of container, larger ones. You want to make certain that you put in drain holes on the top and the bottom. And in something this small, you want to maybe tape it down so that the wind doesn't blow it off. But I like using these jugs. We have plenty of them. And so that's what we're doing today. This is what I started. In this mix, the regular potting mix, I have moistened it. You want it to be moist going into these pots if you're not living in an area that gets snow or rain. And this winter, we are getting a lot of moisture. Thank goodness, because we were in a drought last year. This is zone 6B. And the frightening part is we've had minus temperatures. And this week, after this storm that's started this morning snowing, it's going to come through, the temperatures drop to a -5. So we'll see what plants survive, although they're under a blanket of snow, which is very good. But what you do, I'm going on and on. You moisten your soil. It's going to go in these jugs. If you are not in an area that gets moisture at least once a month, you will come in, and I had a squeeze bottle of water. Let me get it. It's inside. I'll be right back. So here it is. And if you're in an area that's drier, you're going to just, you don't undo your jug. You just spray right into the jug. Moisten those seeds. So you'll want to have a nice little handy gadget like this. So let's finish up. I've put soil in all but this last jug because I want to show you how you do it. First of all, you want drain holes. And you need a sharp knife for that, which Reg always lends me. And so I put 4 drain holes in my jugs. And then you leave the cap off. Okay, like that. And like that. You definitely want to have drain holes. There we go. You will also no longer need the cap because once these are taped together, and I'll show you how I do that, all the moisture is going to come from the top right here. The other thing you want to do is you want to make certain that this is your little greenhouse effect. So as the spring arrives and you have a lot more sun and heat, you're going to have to be able to lift this during the day so that your seedlings don't burn up. So you want to make a little lid, and that is very easily done. Taking your knife, you start about 1 inch away from where the handle is. That's what I like about these containers. You have a handle already. And then you just cut across. And come clear to the other side. Easy peasy. With a very sharp knife.
I told you we should have put new blades in that.
Well, maybe it's safer. And there you have it. The other thing you want to do is mark what you're putting in here. And I'm doing 2 Larkspur because I have a vision in my mind of what I want in my border throughout. So I'm using the, this is the Rocket Larkspur, all varieties of color. This is your hardy annual. And it reseeds a little, but it's not invasive here in 6B. That's why I'm planting a little more, because I really like it when it's out there. Rocket Larkspur. I've already made the names of what I'm putting in each one of these jugs on the outside. Some people put them on the inside. I'm not going to. I've never had problems with keeping it from losing its color. And I only have 4 jugs and I know what's in them, I think. So anyhow, let's get started. We've got the jug ready. We've got the drain holes, lids off, marked what's in here. And now you just put your soil in there. And this is my moistened regular potting soil. The reason you want that is it is going to hold the moisture. It's not like your seedling trays that you're going to be checking on them regularly, and you want a lofty material so their roots start. This is going to do 2 things. You want to have a nice mix that'll hold the moisture when you're out here, and I think it helps weight it down too, so that in case of a very windy time, although you want this against a building so that you don't have heavy winds, and tap that in like you do seed trays. You don't pack it in, but just tap it in. No air holes, so that your plants have a better chance of starting. And then all you're going to do is open your seed pack. This is my Larkspur. Yep, okay, I don't like to mix things up. I forget how many seeds. This is from Sweet Yards, Sweet Company. I've never ordered from them, but I think it was $7 and I got
It said 8,000.
8,000. So if anyone wants a Larkspur seeds, I will share it. Now,
I wouldn't want the job of counting them.
I know. I don't know how they count them.
I don't know.
My seeds have been kept in the refrigerator. All these plants are in need of cold stratification. So your seeds are kept in the cold. These go out in the cold and they'll germinate. And so these have all been in the cold till today. Oh my goodness. Let me show you what these look like. They look like what I'm going to show you with the Ruffled Columbine. But what you do in your jugs, you're going to just definitely sow a lot of these seeds on top, and then you're going to put, I'm going to let these just sprinkle, and then once they germinate and they come to full size, you can gently separate these apart. So I have 2 Larkspurs here.
Well, this is going to be Rocket Larkspur?
This is Rocket Larkspur. Yeah, I need to.
That's Rocket
This
Larkspur.
is Rocket Larkspur.
Okay.
I'll put rock. Thanks, Reg, for checking that out. So I am sprinkling these on, and then a small covering of soil. They want to be sown about 1/8 deep, but to me that is just, I'm going to add 1 little pinch for good measure.
Almost like you're peppering it.
It is just like you're peppering it. I'm going to tap those in. I'm going to go ahead and get my Liatris on. They like to be surface sown. These are from Lane. I'm going to just sprinkle these.
Lane Rush?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Lane gave me these. There's a lot of seeds in here, a lot of not seeds, but I'm just going to hope that I get a few germination, because mine did germinate, and the first year they didn't bloom, the second year they did, and they're so pretty. So I want more, and so you just plant more. I'm patting those on the ground, onto the soil. The last one's my Columbine, which we planted those in.
Where did you get this Columbine?
This is from Crane.
Oh, from Crane.
Yeah. So I'm just making certain my soil's even. And then I'll sow the rest of these Columbine, the Ruffled Columbine, because they, again, tiny, tiny, tiny.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get these on the soil. And then I will take some of my potting mix, cover those up. I'm hoping. I'm going to also, I always like to, once my seeds are on the soil, to go ahead and dampen them so that they have good contact with the soil. You can see probably better with the Liatris.
Yeah.
The blazing star, how that has wet that whole surface, making it in better contact. It's a perfect day. You saw me shoveling the spot down there by the water barrel. That's where I've done all of my winter sown projects in the past, because it does not receive a lot of wind at all. That is very protected. And it's partial shade, partial sun, which is what you want with these. These are those spring bloomers.
Yeah, it gets a lot of morning sun.
Yeah, and that's what we want. Great. Now the last thing I'm going to do is sprinkle soil over top of these pots. Not a lot. Just like this.
Oh, that looks pretty good, Helen.
I know. Surface sown. You think about how these seeds, like the Columbine and your Larkspur, they, they drop their seeds on the ground, and I have gone through and sprinkled them and had some success, but I really have great hopes for this year with my Larkspur and my Columbine. I can see these seeds better on the Liatris. I'm feeling good about this project. It's a perfect day. Winter sowing on a wintry day. I think we've had maybe an inch of snow this morning, and they're up to 4.
Yeah, about an inch.
Yeah, neighboring communities could get up to 10. Reg and I are hoping that next week we're heading to the mountains. Maybe some snowshoeing, cross-country skiing. Taking our chances, huh, Reg?
Well, I haven't cross-country skied in years.
And then the last thing we do is you use a little duct tape, and hopefully...
It's so cold. I don't know if that'll stick.
I know. It's cold out. Not as cold as it has been.
That looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good. So I'm going to continue on wrapping my jugs, and then we'll take them downstairs to their permanent location. Oh, so here we are down on the lower level by the water barrel, and this is where I'm going to keep mine. I'm going to just set them right here on top of the snow, because we're going to get more snow. And that's one thing about this. You set them here, and I've had years where they get covered up on snow, but that's the moisture. And in our snow is so much nitrogen, and our plants are going to be so happy this spring. I thought about that the other day. It's like, it's going to look green like after an electric storm, when you get that nitrogen mixing with something that bursts open. And anyhow,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm not a chemist, but I love this stuff. So you want to put them, like I said, in a protected area for wind, light shade, morning sun's probably the best, and let Mother Nature do her thing. They'll get moisture from rain or snow here. So thanks for being with me today. Zone 6B, outside planting your plants in jugs for winter sowing. We'll see you the next time. Bye.